There we go. First snake. All right. Broke the ice. Man. Not a big one. And this is actually, this is the first snakehead in the Flowcraft, I just realized. The Flowcraft 2. Well, you got to start somewhere, guys. First snakehead of the trip. This guy's barely touching 2 pounds, but as you could see, got him on the Teckle honker. Awesome bait. These little Teckle frogs are my new go-to, but gotta start somewhere. They get a lot bigger than this. Good one. Good one. Good one, guys. Oh my God. It's not a double, but it's a good one. Oh, he's pulling the boat around. Put this thing on spot lock. Come here, dude. Getting up there, 7, maybe 8 pounds. So we got to get a net for this one. Get him. He's in. Got him. Whew. Whew. Thick mama. I know she looks huge on camera, but she's not a 10, unfortunately. She's upper 7s, pushing 8, super flared out. She's ready to go, guys. And I mean, she inhaled the frog, can't even see it in her mouth. Awesome. It's been a while since I've had one of these pull drags, so that was an awesome treat. But we gotta get a bigger one. I mean, guys, just compared to my hand, look at that tail. That's where they get all that power. Their whole body is muscle. Such an awesome fish. I don't know why people want to kill these things. They are so fun to catch. I mean, they taste good, so I mean, I can see why they would want to keep them, but just to kill them and throw them on the bank, I can't. I just don't see it, guys. Doesn't make any sense to me. Now, some of you may have heard the term feeding fish. That's essentially what I did with that big one. You know, she was just tucked up under just a couple little blades of grass, laying parallel to the bank. And that's where these snakeheads like to sit, ambush any type of small little bait fish. They'll even pick at little crustaceans in the ground and they root their little noses underneath rocks and stuff and dig up sand. Their face is almost like a shovel. My buddy Luke calls them shovel heads. But essentially, I fed that fish. That fish had no choice but to eat the frog. With the presentation that I'm making, because I know they like to sit right up next to the bank when they're in kind of like a feeding mood or a hunting mood, you know, you guys could see what I've been doing all day is make these parallel casts, and I'm positioning the boat right next to the bank too. So my lure stays in, there was something right there. My lure stays in the strike zone pretty much the entire time. It was a Plecostomus. I see it. Okay. Get out of here, buddy. Oh, didn't budge. Anyway, I'm mistaking these guys for snakeheads all day. It's really difficult. But once you get close enough, you can clearly see what they are. But that's where they go when they're looking to feed and hunt. So by making these parallel casts, my frog is staying in the strike zone 99% of the cast. And essentially, I made it so she had no choice but to eat. Do I have a follow? No. She had no choice but to eat because it was right in her zone. So, you know, she didn't have to waste any energy whatsoever to get a meal. Now that is a snakehead looking spot if I've ever seen it. Oh my God. What the hell? This fish looks crazy, guys. All right, not as big as the other one, but this fish just looked insane. Oh, it might pop off. Nope, I got it in the eye socket. It won't pop off. Oh my gosh. Okay. Did you hear the eat? Boom! Oh my God. Yep. You didn't like the net, did you? Come here. Wow, I'm not doing too good here. All right. Another one. That was a textbook everything. Textbook eat, textbook cast. And it was on a point next to a pipe. You can't get any more textbook than that. This snake smoked the frog. I mean, you guys heard it on camera. It's not as big as that 8-pounder, but another one. I mean, you guys can see the spot behind me. Just, of course that fish was gonna eat, but I don't know. 6.5, definitely not a double digit. It looks like a huge fish, right? But once you get it in your hands, you kind of you can tell. And I mean, I've caught so many of these that I could just tell. All right, let's give her a release. The cool part about these snakeheads is that, you know, they breathe air. Everybody pretty much knows that. If you didn't, they're obligate air breathers, meaning they have to breathe air in order to live. That's how they get their oxygen. Their gills kind of supplement it a little bit, but for the most part, they have to come up, sip air, and then they go back down and do whatever they do. What's cool about that is you can get pictures. I can talk to you guys on the camera, and you know, as long as the snakehead stays wet, I can take 5-10 minutes and that snakehead's gonna be perfectly fine. Every once in a while you'll hear them sip air in the boat. It's really, really cool. Such an interesting fish, and I love them, guys, if you can't tell already. All right, because it's a lot more windy, I'm gonna switch to something a lot louder. And let's not hit the rocks, Eric. So you guys can hear the maracas. Guys, you can see how windy it is. I just want to make that little bit of extra noise and call these fish out. The honker was working great because there was barely any ripples on the water. Oh my God, that's another decent one. Not another double, but definitely a big one, dude. Come on, dude. Oh yeah, there we go. Get in the boat, get in the boat. Come back. Obviously, because I'm boat flipping it, it's not a double digit, but solid 4-pounder. That was sick. Let go. All right, another nice one. 4 pounds, maybe 3 3/4, not a giant. I mean, you guys can see the difference, right? I'll hold it close to me. I won't long arm it for you guys. But man, this one's got a super red tail. It was right up against the bank and leaked a little bit of fluids on me, but such an awesome fish. I love these guys. I feel him chomping in my left hand, so we're just gonna let this one go right here. Man, it took right off. They look like missiles in the water. They are so awesome. Yeah, he peed on me. I guess that's what I get for poking holes in his face. Dude, that bait just flies. Oh my God, another one. It's small. Dude, back-to-back casts. Definitely quality over quantity today. Just need to up the quality just a little bit. But I mean, I'm not complaining, guys. I've been blessed with perfect weather. It's nice and cool out. It's only like 80 degrees compared to 98. So post-Hurricane Ian, awesome fish. And better get him away from my face before he slaps me. Oh man. Oh yeah. Dude, where did that even come from? It's not even that big of a fish. This thing is just so flippin' strong. It's these fall fish. Fall fishing is the best time of year, in my opinion, for these guys. I mean, it's another like 4 or 5 pound fish. Come on. She puts out her pectoral fin. She's like hitting the brakes on me. Oh man. Man. Dude, another solid fish. Don't eat that. Guys, this is it. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's off!
Sometime later.
All right, so it's been a couple hours since I lost that fish. And yeah, so I mean, immediately afterwards, I just got everything situated and went right back to fishing, and I fished for probably a half mile more. Did not get a single bite after that. And so right here, I'm down at the end at the lock, and I'm gonna start fishing my way back on the opposite bank. And I just had to take some time to process what had happened before I actually sat down and talked to the camera about it. I got off the phone with my buddy Steve Mitchell. He was the first person I called, and just kind of gave him my thoughts of what happened and that whole situation. I mean, I'm not gonna say how big that fish was. It was definitely the biggest snakehead I have ever seen in person. And I've seen, I mean, even the ones that like you see and you spook, like obviously I've seen a ton of those. I've caught quite a few large ones. I have caught a 10 pounder, 10 pounds even, 10 pounds, 0 ounces. And This fish was so large that, like, you guys saw the bite. It was such a casual bite. The fish just came up and it didn't just eat my lure, it commanded it into its mouth. And then it just turned around and went back down. It was such a subtle bite. Oh man. I'm just replaying it in my head and I'm at a loss for words, guys. I'm at a loss for words. Yeah. I mean, that's the best way I can describe how large that fish was without actually telling you guys how big I think it is. I don't know, it looked like a black grass carp. So, yep. Jeez, it's about time. Oh, stay away from the trolling motor. Very nice. That is how you want a snakehead to eat a lure. Oh man, absolutely pinned. This is not, you know, I apologize for not weighing these fish for you guys, but they're not double digits. They're not even close. I mean, this fish has kind of the thickness to get there, but it's nowhere near the length that it should be. This fish should be at least another 6 inches before it thinks about becoming a double digit. But awesome fish nonetheless, super powerful, pulled tons of drag, and not much more I could say. So get them unhooked, we'll get them back.